Well, ladies and gents, welcome to Club Dubbo for the TAB State Championships. It's fours semi-final time. And we are bringing you the match between Tuncurry Beach and Taren Point. Paul Jopson leading for Tuncurry Beach. And we are aware that there is a nationwide Telstra outage and it is affecting us. We may have limited connection, which may affect the quality of the video. Unfortunately, there's very little I can do about that. But we are here and we are live. Kyle Hansen on the mat now for Taren Point. Decent start for Kyle. Jopson's first bowl, about 2 metres through. Second one will be a bit quick as well. Kyle didn't quite make the correction needed, but 2 decent bowls to start. Kent Price playing second for Tuncurry Beach. Both the lead and second for Tuncurry Beach using the white bowls. Shane White, second for Taren Point. Has just got a metre behind, still counts. Kent out on the forehand, needs to drop just over a metre. He's still just through a little. So Taren Point holding 3 at this point. See Ray Pearse just pushing the palms down, trying to slow the bowl down. Ends up with best backward. Craig Donaldson makes his way to the mat. Play his first bowl of this semi-final. Craig just a fraction short with his opening effort. Dave Axon. Well, Craig Donaldson just not quite sent this one either. feel that'll be fourth shot. Position that does force Ray Pearse to suggest to Axe that he should switch to the backhand side. To welcome everybody wherever you're watching on. Shane Globits now on the mat for Tuncurry Beach. Shane lining up on the backhand side. Just gets the edge of the Taren Point bowl. Still think it might be 3 to Taren Point. Razor will stay on that backhand side. Nice clear path to the jack. Just left that a little bit on the high side. Shane Globits, he'll look for that same clear path down to the jack. Probably 3 down. Looks to be fairly good. Good effort, Shane Globits. That'll be second shot at worst. Yeah, Dave Axon says 1 shot. There is a chance here for Ray Pearse to play slightly through that bowl, give it a couple of turns, stay for 4. Do you think it's an Optima he's using for those who want to know the line? Does look like he's just going to crash on the front bowls. Well, he might have just turned. No, still the 1. To Taren Point, open proceedings. Hansen rolls the jack for the point. For the Scorchers, as they're now known. Kyle on the backhand. Decent start, probably good metre through. Paul Jopson was quick with his first 2 bowls. Not quite so this time. was actually did push that second one up. The hazards of our commentary position. We're looking into the sun from where we are. Can be a bit hard to see. Shane White, fairly well pointed, just again, not quite right on the weight. So 5 divisions of semi-finals currently underway. Great bowl from Super, Kent Price. Men's and women's semi-finals on this green. Winners of these games will play finals on green 1 this afternoon. The men's senior, women's senior and open reserve semi-finals are on green 3. They'll move over to green 2 this afternoon for the finals. Dave Axon. So he's 2 down at the moment. Donaldson. Oh, Shane Globits is mildly interested in this bowl and gets a little bit of applause, just doesn't quite get all the way up. So we'll probably force axe there. You saw the indication from Ray Pearse. Forehand side, probably just overplaying a little, trying to get through those shorter bowls. Can get a result from a toucher. Pearse and Axon were the pairs champions last year. And Axon, I think he's drawn the shot. Yep. Indication there from Shane Globits was 1 down. Craig Donaldson, backhand. Very deliberate setup. Well, he's actually going forehand. Can get a toucher on that hand and bring his 2 bowls in, and pushed it through. A little bit of applause. Do you think it's the white bowl to the left of the jack that's now shot? Kyle Hansen's bowl out to the right of the jack, the Manly Dragons bowl. Supposed to be a Dragons supporters bowl. Colour's not quite right. Apparently the story is that Kyle didn't quite order the right colour. So Ray can draw through that Kyle Hansen bowl down to the shot. And, well, he's drawn the shot. So here, I'd just like to give a really big shout out of thanks to all of our host clubs. Club Dubbo, home of the West Dubbo Roos. North Dubbo RSL Sporties. And the Macquarie Club, home of the River Rats. Brilliant bowl from Globits, sat through Ray Pearse's bowl, gets the shot back. Fantastic effort from all of the staff and boards of those host clubs. But a big thank you to the large number of very dedicated volunteers from our host clubs. They have put in a magnificent effort to ensure a fantastic experience for the players, right through from the Para Championships a couple of weeks ago. Ray Pearse very close to have drawn the shot again. Well, I think Shane Globits will play very similar to his previous bowl, can push that Ray Pearse bowl through and stay. 2 or 3, possibly. He's a fraction wide and grabs a jack. The white bowl beyond the tee is what's either Paul Jopson or Kent Price. Shane Globits, and say he's looking for that shot bowl. It's got the edge of it, got the toucher. That was the return of the 2. So on the scoreboard now, yes, was 2 to Tuncurry Beach. 2 all after 2 ends. 4s, 21 ends to be played in 4 of our 5 categories. 5th one, the women's senior 4s, 18 ends. Paul Jopson on the money with his first bowl. Kyle Hansen, 1.5 metres, 2 metres through. Jopson, decent second bowl, just dropped it a little bit short. Kyle Hansen, slight overcorrection. Kent Price. He'll follow Paul Jopson down. A bit of applause there halfway down from Shane Globits. Knew that one was headed to the right area. In behind, very well played. Shane White on the way down on the forehand side as well. Just going to slide past the bowl, past Jack High to the back of the green. Super, just needs half a metre off his previous bowl. Sits there Jack High with Paul Jopson, just knocks Paul around the corner. So it's currently 4 to Tuncurry Beach. Scorchers might have something to say about it with this one though. Well, he gets the edge and runs past. Cut at least one out. Very well played by Craig Donaldson. Only problem is that one's finished Jack High. The other semi-final in the men's competition, Raymond Terrace taking on the entrance. Terrace would nearly have to be slight favourites there, but we're down to the semi-finals. Everyone's earned their position. Brendan Stokes, Jason Stokes, Lennon Scott and Jay by Norris for the Jets. And for the Seahawks, the entrance, Jake Beard, Michael Gibbons, Clinton Doust and Shane Gibbon. Axe, well, he's got rid of one of the white bowls. So our women's fours on the adjacent rinks. Gunnedah taking on Taren Point. So Taren Point in each of the men's and women's. Gunnedah, Leanne Pryor, Charlie Cameron, Joe Briggs and Ella Cameron. Also got a mum and 2 daughters. And I believe Leanne's the auntie. They're taking on Taryn Keir, Gay Coates, Louise Cronin and Leanne Chinnery. Craig Donaldson adds another one, just turns his own bowl around the corner. And in the other women's semi-final, St John's Park with Erin Swatridge, Britt Camp playing as a sub for Dawny Heyman. Dawny just has to manage towards Com Games, unfortunately. Not playing. Natasha Russell, Brianna Smith. And they're taking on Christine Sheridan, Valda Valentine, Joan Woodford and Amanda Monk. And the women that's the 2 women's semis. Women's senior fours. Karen Campbell, Raylene Austin, Sandra Gill and Gwen Saunders of North Haven. 1-2 behind after 2 to the South Tamworth, Carol White, Ingrid Harriott, Kathy Verdich and Chris Myers. And the other semi, Karen Bonner, Linda Webster, Maureen Sagast and Denise Ellison of the entrance. They're taking on Susan LePay, Sue Dibley, Alison Hoff and Joy Scott of Marimbula. Men's senior fours, Tamora. Billy Splatters playing sub for Wayne Foote, Bill Robertson, Trevor Furman with Bruce Lack. And they're taking on the Hills, Andrew McPherson, Peter Newman, Brian Patton, Dale Maitland. The other one, Sawtell, Brian Fitzpatrick, Bryce Clugston, Bruce Sorensen and Rick Southam. They're taking on South Tamworth's Gordon Cheney, Greg Harris, Anthony Daly and Jeff Myers. And yes, husband and wife there in the senior fours. Chris playing in the women, Jeff in the men for South Tamworth. And finally, the open reserve. Cronulla, George Samet, Steve Towanicki, Scott Watkins and Craig Scott of Cronulla taking on Paul Thompson, Greg Target, Steve Farrer and Robert Ballantyne of Yamba. And in the other, Gilgandra, Dylan Marchant, Evan Q, Gary Rains, Noel Rains. They're taking on the Cabra Bowls, Dave Whittaker, Ryan Barclay, Darren Hannon and Michael Winter. So those scores will come across the bottom of your screen fairly regularly. And look, if there is one that's not coming through properly, there is a nationwide Telstra outage, which is affecting the data capabilities. So it might be that that one's not coming through properly from those one team. Does also mean that our stream quality may be slightly compromised. We'll keep an eye on that. Although, luckily for us, at just before 9, we've jumped up to our capacity. So we were running very low broadcast quality for a while. Big score there for Tuncurry Beach, 4 shots. Two very good teams in this semi-final. Paul Jopson and Kent Price, both been around a while. Of course, Craig Donaldson has been the New South Wales Bowler of the Year, won a number of championships. Won the over 40s last year, runner-up this year. And Shane Globits, former Australian Jackaroo squad member. You got Kyle Hansen, who's been a New South Wales under-25 player and development player. Shane White, fairly new to my radar, but very well regarded at the point. The Scorchers. Of course, Dave Axon, state over 40s, former Welsh representative. And Ray Pearse, regarded as one of the best bowlers to have ever played for New South Wales by many. Very consistent, won a number of state championships. Kent wants a little more running on that. And of course, name of Kent, that earns him the nickname Super, as in Clark Kent, Superman. People quite rightly pointing out that Shane Globits was a junior bowler at South Grafton, along with his younger brother Jay. Shane White drawing down backhand side. Do you think Taren Point holding with Kyle Hansen's bowl that Shane White just drifted around. So Craig Donaldson, he'll draw the backhand, just wants to get down underneath Kyle Hansen's jack high bowl. Very close. Might have just drifted through. So Dave Axon, he'd be happy to just split the same hole and sit inside that Craig Donaldson bowl. Slightly high line for that. Probably a little pacey. Well, got a bit of interest from his skipper here. A little touch of the jack would be ideal, and he's grabbed hold. Fantastic bowl from Craig Donaldson. See the intent there from Ray Pearse, suggesting Dave Axon attack on the forehand side. Couple of chances for a result. Axon known as a very good attacking bowler. It looks to be a little wide. He's just going to catch the bowl at the front. So wherever you're watching on from, Pengeneck Hines line from around the state, around the country or around the world. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. We love it when you like us. It builds up our profile and helps us to be able to deliver all of our streaming. And if you choose to get notifications next time we go live, you'll be able to find out and not miss any of the action. And we will be live again this afternoon with the final session of the 2025-26 TAB State Championships. We're scheduled to be live at 1 p.m. That time a little flexible depending on how quickly or slowly our semi-finals are completed. But we will be live this afternoon with the Women's Fours final. And then, don't worry, punters, you get 2 days off from us. We'll be back alive again on Saturday 3 times, Sunday twice. The Junior Inter-Region Sides Championship will be coming to you live over the weekend from the wonderful Club Dubbo. Ray Pearse, he's electing to play a slightly more gentle shot than he called for Dave Axon. And if you can draw it this good, why not? What an absolute cracker from Ray Pearse. I think Shane Globits will probably try to reach to that bowl, backhand, under the white bowls at the front. Just a couple of feet away, well, he might go forehand. Just to prove me wrong. Can sit that bowl, can trail as well, so quite a bit of option here. Just wants to grab hold of that bowl, push it through. Just be slightly wide line. Very important for Ray Pearse to get another one in there. It's looking a little lonely. Razor opts to go backhand, just wants to get in the little slot. So under there, around those white ones, just hasn't quite centred enough. 1 to the Scorchers. Kyle Hansen will place the mat for us. Get underway with our next end. Run that ticker across the bottom of the screen. Try to make sure to do it every end, if not more often. It should keep you in touch with the scores. Just a little past for Kyle. Oh, Paul Jopson's opening bowl, quite short, so Kyle Hansen just needs a metre off his previous. Jopson, fairly big correction required. Played this one quite a bit better. The second shot, but still a little bit on the short side. Well, Kent Price, he's also going to fall just that bit short. Bowls on both hands now need to be negotiated. Just a tad through from Shane White. Super, needs another yard. Just going to be a little on the high line here. To the back. Just underneath. Craig Donaldson down to the mat. Team probably one down. He'll come down backhand side. Just needs to negotiate the short bowl. I think that one's Kent Price's. Just gets inside the second of the Kyle Hansen bowls. Dave Axon, he'll be a fraction quick as well. Probably all just making sure they're up on this pretty much maximum length. Well, Shane Globits, he's interested in this bowl from Craig Donaldson, but then you see the knees just flick forward. You can almost guarantee when the skipper starts to ski with the knees, they're trying to get a bit more pace out of the bowl. And 100% of the time, those actions are not successful. It'll be 1 to Taren point at this stage. Skipper's bowls to come on this 5th of 21 ends. Ray Pearse opts to go the forehand side. Has to negotiate the two short bowls on either hand. Perfect grass line from Razor, but he hasn't actually sent that one. So they're having a look. Just wonder if they're giving some serious consideration to a little bit of weight down this side of the green. Got their own bowls to turn up, but just come inside and sit this one through. May also be just looking for the draw. Shane Globits. Once their own bowl came up, do think it's still 1 to the point, Scorchers. Does mean that bowl is probably worth maybe 2, maybe 3 now. So Ray Pearse, very important he gets another one in this area to count. Giving it a chance. Well, he's just run through. Close for third shot now. Having a very good look at the angles. We saw the indication from Craig Donaldson there. He favours that arrive on the backhand to try and turn the shot bowl through. Shane Globits is lining up backhand. Is he going to try and split the gap or... Don't know he's got the weight to actually do anything with that. So he was just trying to draw. Fell short. One more to the Scorchers. go that near maximum length again. Well, Jack a bit shorter than that. It's maybe a couple of metres short of the tee. We've recently closed entries for the rookie singles, working on those draws now. We're currently in consultation with the regions to finalise the venues to be used in each region, and we'll have those draws available as quickly as possible. Repeating that, rookies singles is closed. We will be opening up a wait list for those, which means that if you missed out on entering and now think, oh yeah, I would like a game, we will fill any withdrawals from the wait list once we've published the draws. Kyle Hansen sits the shot bowl, very good effort, and Paul Jopson, what a reply. Oh, we've already seen some fantastic bowls. Shane White wants to draw through the Kyle Hansen bowl. Just going to be a little bit, well, probably just a bit wide. The weight not too bad. Wants a bowl behind. Kent Pearse, it's a good line, just wants to slip past that, and that deserves the applause. Very well played. Shane White, though, he can just tighten it up, draw through the jack or the shot bowl. Just going to be that little wide again. Going to fall into a pretty good spot, though. So forehand again for Kent Pearse. Just a little bit on the wide side. The bowl from Paul Jopson deserves another look. Just switch back to live feed. Dave Axon just got a feather across there. Well, Craig Donaldson trying to draw a shot, comes down on the backhand side. Just wants to get around the Kyle Hansen bowl just short. A little on the short side, Craig Donaldson. And no, I'm not having a crack about his height. I'm talking about the speed of his bowl. We'll run the ticker across the bottom to keep you updated with the scores from all of the matches. Because you can access that data as well through BowlsLink. Use your browser, results.bowlslink.com.au. Click Bowls New South Wales, TAB State Championships, and then, well, either the fours event you're interested in, or the whole lot. We can also access it very similarly through the BowlsLink app. Just tap results on the bottom of the screen. Well, how close was Dave Axon there? Has been looking for the shot bowl, has feathered it and just turned it over. Well, thank you everyone for watching on around New South Wales, around Australia, around the world. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Craig Donaldson holding probably two. Loving to add one in here without building the target at all. See them rowing it through. Has just fattened it a little bit, but they won't be too disappointed with that effort. We did see Dave Axon just feather the white bowl, turn it over, expose the jack. Ray Pearse is, well, he's good enough to draw it, but he may elect to play a bit of weight. May also elect just to draw slightly over on this hand. If he can just drag that jack back to there, those two bowls are both his. Advantage there, if you're a bit tight, you get a couple of bowls to stop on. If you're a bit wide, there's also something just to work in off. So, Razor has got that slightly tight, slightly overweight approach. Wants to get some contact. Well, he's turned the white bowl through. I think he's got all the backwards now. I think we'll see Shane Globits actually play the forehand now. For Glow, he can come in here. Gets the edge of that bowl, it'll drag him across, but ideally, just want to feather that jack. Draw down onto the jack. Just move it to here. Get your own bowl, finish in behind. Be holding three and cover the jack up. Shane Globits. Blue and red bowls. Jousting sticks ready. He's a Newcastle supporter, hence the blue and red bowls. Likes the Knights. Well, the arms have come out. As soon as you see the player on the mat with the arms in the air, you know that they've not got the weight or the line, one or two, or both. That one might just affect Ray Pearse's shot selection as well in the path. Razor might then elect to go a bit quicker. Cannot afford really to hit the green bowl on the back. If it pushes it onto the jack, spits it over the right, you see there's three white bowls or waiting. So he's probably still just going to play that weight to get underneath. It looks well under though. Look a bit disappointment, but he's got the feather. No real change. Shane Globits doesn't need to worry about what Ray Pearse can do with his next, so free shot. Because Ray Pearse's next bowl is next end. So Shane just needs a bit more weight than his previous drawdown. Try and add to this count. Just stretch their lead out. Unfortunately, though, it's a bit of a high line to Tuncurry Beach. And they will not put the mat at the tee like Kyle Hansen has been doing. Slightly longer length. So not a lot of change from the previous. Probably 2 metres difference in length chosen by Tuncurry Beach compared to Taren Point. Chopper's first one, little narrow, little short. It's sort of in the yardstick, but wouldn't be too happy with that one. You'd much prefer to be behind. Kyle Hansen has got a nice high line on that one. He will finish behind. Gets a gentle applause from his skipper. Over 40s pairs qualifying entries now open. The over 40s open to any combination of men's, women's, mixed teams. No gender requirements. Gives all of our players an opportunity to compete alongside a club mate in a strong competitive format. From qualifying around the state, 32 teams will progress through to the state finals. Similar format to the rookies and mixed pairs. Each region guaranteed 1 qualifying place, and the additional qualifying places allocated based on the number of entries in each region. The entries for that one do close 11th of August, as on our graphic. The qualifying rounds held around the state on the 12th and 13th of September 2026 in each region. State finals 14th and 15th of November 2026, and that will be our third and final of this current agreement for the finals to be held at the wonderful Yamba Bowling Club. So we'll get to enjoy the company of the great Jopson Pinnock. You can find an entry link in the description of this video. So if you are logged into BowlsLink on your device or on your browser, when you click the link, it will take you directly to the entry portal to enter within your region. Shane White chasing this one. Oh, he's got the touch and fallen over. A little unlucky. Congratulations on that bowl, though. Sensational effort. I think it's still 1 to Tuncurry. A little bit of discussion. There's a danger there that they trail the jack to the opponent's bowls on the backhand side. If you play the forehand, you can also touch the shot bowl, do the same. I think they do need to try and get another one in there. Ideally, just miss the front white bowl, draw down and match that bowl behind the jack. Not a lot of room. Oh, Craig Donaldson did not play that with enough confidence. We do a little recce before the game starts. Went out and reminded the players to stand off the centre line. Jokingly threatened to call them a pane, but not a clear window pane if they stood on the centre line. Just did a check of the bowl colours. What colour is Craig Donaldson's bowl? It's either mint or jade, depending on which way you want to look at it. Better pointed from Craig. Go close to falling in for a second shot. Pearse calls David Axon on that backhand side with a little bit of intent. They're looking to try and just open this head up or get that one onto. Does push Craig Donaldson out of the count and just open that line up. Shane Globits, forehand side, wants to just get down on that side, draw inside the mint green jade bowl, whatever you want to call it. That's very close to counting. Do you think we'll see Ray Pearse play just a little bit of reaching on that backhand side? That's exactly what he's done. Wants to arrive to the shot bowl, his own one just behind. Very close, turns the shot bowl through. Very well bowled, Ray Pearse. So Shane Globits, I think he's one down now. Just the moments of individual brilliance are the ones that will define this match in what we see, but it's the preliminary work from the front three that will really dictate who's in a position to play those shots. So often it's the skipper gets the glory because they play the spectacular conversion. The skipper's conversions are only as effective as the setup work from his team members. Ray Pearse just wants to draw the shot here. Not quite going to get there though. 1 to Taren point, 5 shots to 8. Taren Point's not going to put the mat right back now either. But the jack is on the tee. Magnificent weight from Kyle, just a little bit short. Dino looking after me, brought me the coffee substitute. I'm not a coffee drinker, but the hot chocolate. And Kyle, he's just not quite sent that one. So Paul Jopson get on the mat to play his second bowl, holding one. I think we're in for a cracker of a contest here. So thus far, it's living up to it. Shane White, this is a nice draw shot on that backhand side that he's playing. Paul Jopson's bowl is just beyond jack high. Just needs to run this out. Got to get past his teammate's bowl. Not quite sent that one, so really does open opportunity here for Kent Price to draw up on that forehand side with plenty of confidence. Can afford the toucher, and in fact, a toucher would be sensational for Tuncurry Beach. Just a little speedy from Kent. Well, the weight is pretty good, but just too high a line. Kent's bowl actually, if he drags the jack back to the right of screen, that weight would have been perfect. Does need to get it in the middle of the bowl though. And he's added a bit on instead of taking it off. And the Albatross is saying they'll all stop. Sand stops them every time. So Dave Axon, forehand draw. Plenty of room here. He's gone to the back of the rink. Craig Donaldson, he'll stick to the forehand side. Can play this, as we said, plenty of confidence. There is a lovely draw in there if you're ever so slightly over and tight. The little drag of the jack is in your favour. Will just fall short of counting though. The best back actually is Taren Point. Just in front of Ray, well, next to Ray Pearse's foot there now is Shane White's bowl. Actually, it's Dave Axon's. Dave Axon has the best back. Shane White's the orange and black. That's out to the left and short right. So Axon drawing the backhand, wants to get past his own and beat the jack high bowl. Needs a big piece of that one. Don't know if he's got enough to make it shot. It is enough just to get in the eye of Tuncurry Beach. Craig, he'll go out to the backhand side. Wants to miss that one. Oh, don't know there now. I do think the one just near jack high still is shot. Reminder too, check out all the BPL Cup action, teams of 3. Chance for your team to win through to play at the BPL Cup Nationals, played in conjunction with the BPL. Find all that action at bowls.com.au/BPL Cup. Ray Pearse. Backhand draw. It's got a slightly tight line as long as he gets under Craig Donaldson's bowl, but he's not going to. He's turned it right up. So the lime, mint, jade, whatever other variation of green you come up with. The lime's probably not the best one for those. They're Craig Donaldson's. It's at least one for Tuncurry Beach. I think it's 2, but it's just from the camera view. Shane Globits, backhand. Wants to just get through the gate again and add another. Hasn't quite sent that. Ray Pearse, though, he can play this backhand with a lot of confidence now. They're both his own bowls on the way in, finds the port and just gets down to the shot. Bowl is the ideal. It's on a very good track. And, oh dear, just a fraction weight, finds the hole. A chance for Shane Globits to add another. I don't think he liked it, and that's why it's not there. Two shots to Tuncurry Beach. They'll go out to a 10-5 lead. And Kyle, forehand draw. Just a bit quick there from Paul Jopson. So Kyle Hansen just needs... look, he's just on one of those squares short, so probably a metre. He's added a couple. Super on the backhand, Kent Price. Just looks to be a high line, just his pace, I think it is. Finishes, yeah, good 2 to 3 metres behind. And White forehand draw. Got his teammates on the way in. Just wants to get round him, down to the jack. Not a bad effort, just needed a little more in the running. Oh, Super made the big correction. He's made a little too big of a correction. You saw Shane Globits' knees bend. As soon as they bob the knees, you know that it's not quite going to get there. Just trying to get a bit more rotation out of him, bob the knees, get the bike moving, but it doesn't work. Shane switches over to the backhand side. Wants this to really rip back. Not quite. Craig Donaldson. He'll play the backhand as well. Just a little more open on that side. Not as much traffic in the way. Well, if he's got good weight, he'll be very close. And he has got good weight. That one is shot. Oh, it looks like Axon's going to play the forehand side. It is 2 Taren point bowls to the left of that centre line short. But he can come around and just sit that shot bowl. So if he's slightly tight, he's got his own to push up. Plenty of chances here. Wants this just to come back a bit quicker. Seems to be holding its line out on that forehand side with that bowl. Get back to the centre line, so he wanted just a bit tighter line. Well, could be 2 now there for Craig Donaldson. Same aim for Axon here. Teammates have got a bit more interested in this one. Gets that one in the centre, it'll be a good result. And he has turned it up. Oh, that's close to shot. So Globits also coming down that forehand side. He's just trying to draw. Can sit on that Craig Donaldson bowl, but he's found the hole. Just drifted through. Ray Pearse, he'll still try and sit that green mint bowl. Just get it in the middle and stay and take its place. Not quite got the weight to do that. Just might affect, though. Shane Globits might have to reconsider his shot, and you see the indication to the backhand side from Craig Donaldson. Two bowls to go on this end. It'll be important here for Taren Point to try and win this end, just to keep that deficit down. Don't want to get Tuncurry Beach get too far away. Just got the edge of the bowl. Saw that indication there from axe to razor. Just wants to arrive. Very tight line though. That is a Taren Point bowl that he's just got the middle of. Might have been a bit lucky. Just couldn't quite see that indication. I think it was two. I'll just wait for the confirmation through Bowls Link to add it to our score board though. It was two. It's on the rink scoreboard, 7-10. Kyle Hansen will get us underway. And change in tactics from Taren Point here. You see that jack very short. Drastic change of length here for end number 10. And it's a decent start for Kyle Hansen. Paul Jopson just a little through with his opening effort. Well, Kyle Hansen, he's framed it up a little bit, but good start. Shane White probably wants to get this one just past the jack. Do know that his opposition very capable of playing an attacking mode. Just about jack high. Pearse. This looks to be on a good line. Well, he's sat the shot bowls and stayed. I think he's pinched it. Backhand draw for the point now. Shane White love to just get a little dribble out of this jack. Just noodle it back to their own bowls. Have just joined us, you're watching the Bowls New South Wales YouTube channel. It's the 2025-26 TAB State Championships. It's the final day, and we're down to fours semi-final slot. It's Taren Point versus Tuncurry Beach in the men's fours semi-final. We'll be bringing you the women's fours final this afternoon. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. My colleague says we're looking for 1 billion subscribers and we're just several hundred million short so far. You can help us attack that. You can tick one off in your Bowls bingo card. Dave Axon, he's looking for that little trail, just a gentle touch on the backhand side. Very close, played it very well, trails it back. I've got the view of the jack there. You'll see Craig Donaldson's just drawn an absolute clanger. Covered the jack up on our inset. Well, that indication does look like they're going to try and arrive up here and just try and turn that bowl through. Dave Axon on the mat. Very close. It's just followed that, so the jack's gone with the bowl, or the bowl's gone with the jack. On the inset, that lime green mint bowl. Jack is just sitting behind that one. Purple bowl either side. Dave Axon. Well, not a simple shot here. He's got not just a straight draw. He's got to try and get a disturbance. Doesn't want to just chip that jack a little though. A little disturbance and that jack springs out to here. 3 white bowls, all Tuncurry Beach. Right, not quite got the speed on this one. Lots of consideration going on for what bowl to play. Shane Globits just not going to have the speed. Needed that delicate little draw. Looking just to get around that area there. So he was looking just to come in and perhaps turn their own bowl. Get inside the purple to there. Ray Pearse, though, he's going to be looking for fairly confident bowl, just a yard or two, trying to punch onto the front, turn that onto the jack and get the jack through. It's going to be too high of a line. Shane Globits looking for a very precise draw shot to add to this count. It's not going to quite get down quickly enough. Turns that over. Still one shot to Tuncurry Beach. They now lead 11 shots to 7. Big Bowls New South Wales. We're proud to have Dubbo Regional Council as an official sponsor of the state championships, and through that partnership, the state championships are going to be hosted in 3 non-consecutive years, 24, 26 and 28 in Dubbo. We're proud to be back here in 26 following a very successful 24 event, and I personal opinion, I think we've matched it and smashed it. 2026, very successful, and we're looking forward to being back in Dubbo in 2 years' time. And, with the wonderful clubs and volunteers, I think we'll be even better in 2 years' time. Also, thank TAB for their continued support of the wonderful sport of lawn bowls in New South Wales. A proud sponsor of Bowls New South Wales, supporting last year's state championships in Ballina, as well as the elite sides competition, the Platinum Pennant. I'm delighted to have TAB once again involved in supporting one of the major events on the Bowls New South Wales calendar. I do think it's one shot to Shane White. Changes hand with that short bowl. Craig Donaldson, do you think that they're one down, possibly two? He's playing up on the backhand side. Can play with enough confidence knowing he gets a toucher down the line. The two white bowls behind are both Tuncurry Beach, so that if he grabs hold of the jack like this, he's turned one down into possibly four up. 11-7. Tuncurry Beach leading Taren Point. Dave Axon, a little bit of weight, needs some luck. Well, that's a little bit of luck. I think they're only one down them. Punched his teammate's bowl up. Chance was there. Shane Globits is saying, well, you play a little over the weight here. Arrive through our own bowls. You trail that jack back again, and we'll go from 1 to 3, and then a better position. Not too far away. Good home. Well, there is a possibility here that they can just turn that orange bowl onto its side. It'll count. May even count already the way they're looking at it. Did think it was the green behind, but I'm not sure. Wants it straight. Turn it on the jack. Great bowl, Dave Axon. Perfect result. We saw Craig Donaldson with a spectacular bowl. They were possibly just the one shot at this point. Craig's grabbed the jack, dragged it back, head's changed a bit. Then we see Dave Axon possibly down, just looking to arrive to the head, change it up. Ray Pearse was thinking it was narrow, but he's turned it onto the jack, got a perfect result. And now Shane Globits punches the bowl and misses. Should have just switched a bit quicker. Sorry about that. Ray Pearse draws another shot. Stick with that camera, just try and give you a little bit wider view. Shane Globits, probably a couple down now. Playing a little searching bowl. No fortunate result for him there, so might have just blocked off Ray Pearse's draw. Taren Point holding, well, I think it's 2. This can add a third. We'll be back to 1 shot the difference. As it is, it'll be 2 the diff. Razor switching to the backhand side to try and draw another. Does look to be a little shy on the required combination of grass and weight. But 2 shots at Taren point. 11-9. Two shots the difference. We're just past halfway. Kyle Hansen will get us underway for end number 12. And decent start again from Kyle. It's been fairly solid. Well, Paul Jopson leaves his opening bowl a little short, just opens the opportunity for Kyle Hansen to really throw the pressure on and get a second bowl in there. Still a little long. In fact, he's just a fraction longer than his opening bowl. Still plenty of skips would rather have that behind than short. Keep an eye on the other scores. They'll flick through on the bottom of your screen. Moment, Raymond Terrace in front of the entrance, 11-5 after 12. The winner of those 2 games, of course, play our final this afternoon. Senior men's, Bruce Lack in front, Rick Southam in front. Senior women's, South Tamworth leading North Haven, and the entrance leading Merimbula. In the reserves, Cronulla well up over Yamba after 10 ends, and Cabra leading Gilgandra. So the first scores you'll see on the bottom of the screen are the men's 4s. Of course, our game, it's 9-11. Tuncurry Beach in front. The other men's semi, Raymond Terrace up over the entrance, 11-5 after 12. In the women's, 12 all between Gunnedah Taren Point after 12. And St John's Park commanding lead. Senior men's, Temora and the Hills all square. And Swords Hill just ahead of South Tamworth. In the senior women's, North Haven trailing South Tamworth 7-10, and the entrance leading Merimbula 13-6. In reserve, Cronulla well and truly up over Yamba 20-6 after 10, and it's Cabra Bowls 12, Gilgandra 4 after 10 ends. You can also find those scores on BowlsLink, either through your browser, results.bowlslink.com.au, or through the BowlsLink app, which is available through your respective app store, either on Android, the Google Shop, or through the Apple Store on iDevices. Craig Donaldson I think it's 1 to Taren point. Greg's got good intent, just not quite got the speed to get down to it. So we will be live this afternoon. We'll be bringing you the women's fours final this afternoon. And should that finish quickly, we'll grab our cameras and move it over. But we'll be keeping an eye on the other games, scores below, and the men's and women's final will be side to side on green 1. So don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, the Bowls New South Wales YouTube channel. You can also turn on your notifications so that when we do go live, you'll know. You won't miss any of the action. Because today, last day of the 25-26 TAB State Championships in the wonderful Dubbo region. Thanks to Dubbo Regional Council. Thanks also to our superb host clubs. Club Dubbo, home of the West Dubbo Roos. North Dubbo RSL Sporties. That's the home of the Dubbo City Rhinos. Possibly the best pennant shirt I've seen in a long time. And the Macquarie Club. Wonderful little club on Macquarie Street. The home of the River Rats. Razor. Well, I think that's 2. Now Shane Globits, unless he can change this head around, we might be heading for a tied game, or the point might... Well, I think there's 1 bowl left each. Not going to be able to make an extra one, I don't think. So Shane Globits away on the back end. Just wants this to get right down to the jack. Possibly a couple down. Does look like he's just going to turn underneath the target. Not quite get there. A chance for Ray Pearse to draw a third. Possibly go to the lead. Ray Pearse, backhand, drew a shot with his last bowl. Really just wants to add another one. I'm not going to quite call this a free kick, but it's as close to it as you get in these circumstances. Well, Shane Globits, he's got last say though. I don't think he's quite got it. They're willing it on. He's got the friendly little slide. Was under the line, but gets the love. Well, a little bit cruel. See, Globits did call it as slightly under the line on this one. You see Craig Donaldson waving it to stay out. Just gets the feather on the short bowl, straightens it down the line, gets the shot. So a little bit of luck. Tuncurry out to a 12 shots to 9 lead. With 12 ends completed, 9 to go, so plenty of time remaining in this game. Good start from Paul Jopson. Jack high. Does just get Kyle to push a little bit. Joppo just needs a little more grass on his previous. I'd love to get down and just cover this jack up. Good bowl. He has framed it up a little bit though. It's an invitation at this level to play to sit that jack through. Kyle yard through with his heavy, yard through with his opening delivery. And not too far away from it with this one. It's just to sit on the inside of that bowl, plopped over, got a toucher. Well played, Kyle Hansen. Kent Price one down. Can arrive as well. Wouldn't mind just grabbing that jack across, turning their own bowl up for a shot behind. Well, I'll be happy with that one. That's given them good position. Up to Shane White now to drop another one in that area. Try and give it a friend. It's looking a little lonely there by itself. Through the back, so not wasted. They're looking at now, how do they get rid of that bowl? They're going to play the backhand just over the draw, try and sit the bowl or turn their own up to it. Kent Price wants this just let go a little, and he's got not enough to turn his own bowl over. Wants to get through the shot bowl here. They probably want to change this head up a little bit. It's looking a little vulnerable. Sat their own bowl through. Might have given a shot away, but I think that might... Oh, hard to tell. Yeah, side view, not really that enlightening either. Craig Donaldson, forehand draw. Dave Axon. Can just get a little touch on this. It's his own bowl. It's a bit tight. He's got a chance to sit. Just going to hold, just going to go around. Drawing behind. Almost suggests that they probably think they're still shot with the bowl in the front. Just trying to cover what would be played by the Scorchers. Oh, he seemed willing that one to fall over. Dave Axon, well, he looks to be winding up here. Just backs off. Might be trying to just get rid of that pack at the front. Well, conditions in Dubbo were fresh this morning. Beautiful sunshiny day. Just a tad wide from Shane Globits, but he wanted to cover those bowls. Bureau says outside now, 12.6 feels like 9.3. Earlier this morning was a little fresher than that. At 7:20 as we were arriving here at the club to set up. The temperature was 4.4, felt like 1.7 today. No rain, mostly sunny. Certainly is more than mostly sunny at the moment. Glorious winter's day. Do you think it is one shot to Tuncurry Beach, the white bowl at the front? Shane Globits looking to add to that. Not too far away. Just going to fall. Yeah, a little bit short. Ray Pearse got a couple of options. Can try the delicate draw. He's going to draw. He's got to draw in here just for a little touch. But what it looks like they're discussing is a bit of weight up on this hand. You make contact with this bowl. That one goes out. That one splits past the jack. You might even get that one to roll away. But Taren Point will be left with a shot if they can pull this one off. Ray Pearse backhand. Not huge weight, but just looking with enough to get contact on that front green bowl. He's got, well, Shane Globits' protector is the shot now. I think that'll be 1 to Tuncurry Beach. And that's what they signal. I don't think it's going to bother Shane Globits and his Tuncurry team that they're on 13. 13-9. 13 ends played. The scores from the other matches scrolling through at the bottom of your screen. You can, of course, get those through the BowlsLink app or the browser, results.bowlslink.com.au. Click on the Bowls New South Wales icon, then State Chance. Pick out the event you're most interested in. Tap the live button amongst the options at the top of the screen, and those games will show up, the scores. Good start from Paul Jopson, Kyle Hansen in behind. You'd almost have to say it's the Tuncurry Beach team that's just had the better of the play so far. A little glide from Glowy a couple of ends ago. Pushed them out to a 12-9 lead instead of perhaps opening up the score to be even. Maybe a little bit of luck, but he was about the right weight and about the right grass anyway. Tuncurry holding one. Kent Price looking to add forehand draw. Would love to get in between the Jack and the Kyle Hansen bowl. Done that. I'll be holding two. Good bowl from Shane White, though. Draws the shot. Toucher. Oh, Kent not quite made the necessary adjustment. So it's still 1 to Taren point on this head. And looking to just repeat the dose, get a second one in there. The first bowler, Shane White, so good we'll have another look at it. Down probably a couple. Puts his team in a better position, though, with this absolute cracker of a draw shot. Craig Donaldson on the mat for Tuncurry Beach. Just looking to arrive down to these bowls. Slightly tight line. Can just find that port and just do that one. Absolutely spot on. Great bowl, Craig Donaldson. So Dave Axon, one, possibly two down again. He's looking for a very similar port to the one Craig Donaldson just found. Can drag the jack a metre or sit the shot bowl. He's got the shot bowl, stays in. Well played, Dave Axon. Craig played a bomb last bowl, I should say, to get the shot. Now, down again. Can he do it again? He's also got the slightly tight line on that forehand side. He'll need a bit of love off the short bowl, and he's got the sit. Trails across. Doesn't quite get the right stop. So, still one to Dave Axon, and he'll have a chance to draw a second. Dave Axon just looking for the draw. Holding one, looking to add a second. His teammates a little bit interested. He hasn't quite got the speed needed. Not a lot in this game. Just 4 shots. With 8 ends left, 7 after this. Certainly not panic stations for the trailing team. Shane Globits. That's a very narrow line. Looking for the sit. Well, that's Shane White's bowl, the orange and white. They've even pushed it up to be a second shot. Orange and black, I should say. Backhand draw for Ray Pearse. Very relaxed delivery. Ray Pearse has always been that compact and just a little on the quick side. Globboy's on his way. Backhand draw. Just a little on the quick side. So Ray Pearse, opportunity to capitalise here. Really close this gap. Oh, they're being urged on. Just slightly overcorrected. 2 removed. That's all they'll concede. That's all they're after. So back within 2 shots. Yeah, just a little discussion. What length do we go? near the tee, not quite on it. But gone the longer length. So Kyle Hansen gets us underway for end 15. 2 shots the difference. Well, closer shot there. Surrounded by the white bowls. Just that one Shane White, black and orange bowl. It's holding for Taren Point. Dave Axon will draw forehand. Not too far away, this one. Just needs it to stop. Just a little bit through. Craig Donaldson is lining up on the backhand side. Got a couple of options there. Can use the bowls just behind as breaks, so to speak. Don't know if he's going to quite get back quickly enough to get the correct one. Just past. Great effort. Dave Axon does not need a big adjustment at all, just lose 30, 40, 50 centimetres of weight would be still a counter, but he's taken a lot more than that off. Craig Donaldson can tighten that line up. He's got a couple of chances there. Sit either one of the bowls in behind. He sits the white, he'd nearly flop down to be the shot. He's just underneath that and gives that orange and black. Just stands it up and stays. He'll be holding a couple. Has got that tighter line on this one, but he's added a bit of weight, so it just sails around the target. Coming as is Ray Pearse, the person who won the most state championship titles in the male. Quite possibly. Is he on track to win another? That's a great question. Currently 2 shots behind. 2/3 of the game completed. Holding at the moment. Still 3 bowls left to play this end. Shane Globits has got 2 of those, so he'll be hoping to hang on to shot and add to it with his next. Does look to be slightly under the line required here. He's got the front bowl. Well, that one was Dave Axon's, and I got a feeling that's made it 3 shots to the Scorchers. See, there's 2 Dave Axon bowls and the black and orange. I think that is the current stand is now 3 to the Scorchers. So, little discussion. Axon and Pearse deciding do they need some cover. Kyle Hansen saying, well, one out here might be okay. Kyle Hansen's bowl at the back, the Manly Dragon bowl. That one is Kyle Hansen's. And that one being all white is Tuncurry Beach. So Ray Pearse, forehand draw. I'll be just looking to try and add another. Ray Axon's interested. Well, great bowl. Ray Pearse there applauding. That one counts. So 4 shots at the moment. There's Shane Globits, 2 in front, 4 down. Big bowl from Globits here. He might just be tempted to give this a big whack. Certainly is lining up. Try and clear out the pack. He's gone big. It looks wide. Missed the target by a lot. I think that's 4. So big count for Raymond Terrace. For TP, Taren Point. They'll go out to a 15-13 lead. Big change. You see Dave Axon up the head at the moment, willing that jack to run further. They obviously wanted the longer length. Or was that just given the opportunity for Tuncurry Beach to fight back? Obviously, Scorchers thought the longer length was their best attacking option. Well, that would qualify as a big count, and anyone who's listened to me commentate over a number of years would know that one of my mantra sayings is big counts hurt. Kyle Hansen, well, his first bowl's more where they wanted the jack than where it ended up. Paul Jopson's drawn one pretty close, just in behind. I'd say Joppo's probably 30 centimetres or so, a foot in the old scale short with that. Kyle Hansen needs a fair correction. So wherever you're watching, whether that's around New South Wales, Australia, or around the world, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Choose to get notifications. We will be live again this afternoon. We'll be bringing you the action from the women's final. It looks fairly strongly in favour of that being a St John's Park versus somebody game. It looks like we'll have the men's final. Raymond Terrace are in the box seat there. Well, Gunnedah are now up 18-13 over Taren Point in the women's final, and St John's Park leading 28-11 after 16. In the senior men's, the Hills now leading Temora and Sort Tell up over South Tamworth. Senior women's, it's South Tamworth leading North Haven. And the entrants with a strong lead over Merimbula after 13 ends. They play 18. In the reserves, Cronulla strong leaders over Yamba after 15 ends. And Cabra Bowls now leading 15-12 after 14 over Gilgandra. Well, Cabra was well on top of that game. So big fight back by Gilgandra. Of course, Noel Rains, fairly handy sort of bowler. Gil's top grade, grade 5. And we need someone to give a gentle reminder to Kyle. I think that was Kyle. Maybe Axe. Plaudits to them, though. They realised they'd popped their large derriere in front of the camera and shuffled on fairly quickly. Dave Axon holding one. Lovely draw shot here. The white bowl's just about jack high, so you want to try and draw inside that. You wouldn't mind making contact with your own or getting that flick. Great home. I think that one counts, or maybe it's just fallen out. But well played, Dave Axon, with that bowl. Just adds another one into the head, gave it every chance to score and changed the head up in favour of themselves. Craig Donaldson, there's a short bowl in the way. So it just makes that backhand side a little harder. And Axe has now covered up the right-hand side of the green. That's where their footy is. That one would be shot if the jack goes by itself. But I think the shot here for Donaldson is to arrive on that forehand side. Very similar to what Dave Axon played, maybe even a little quicker. If you can get the shot bowl right in the middle and push it through, you'll carry on to the jack. Give yourself every chance to score there. Maybe a dead draw, but I can tell you the Jets in the men's semi-final, they're moving their bowls over to rink 5. So the game has been called, whether that's a mercy rule, not sure, don't think so. They might have just, entrance might have decided that was a bridge too far. 20 shots to 7. They've pulled the pin with just a couple of ends to go. Axe almost drawn another shot, but great position. Does block off access on the forehand to the jack. Maybe even covers up that shot bowl on the forehand side. So 2 down, says Shane Globits. We might see a good yard, 2 yards of weight to this, or even that, or go quick, and you'd almost see that get rid of those 2 instruction. We might see a little bit of aggro here. Craig Donaldson, I'll just wind this one up. Certainly is going the wind up and goes hard. Very close. Got the front one peeled off. Still 1 down. Great bowl though. Donaldson, he was looking to clear both bowls out. Went quick. Was hoping to punch the front one onto the second. Just got the edge, took it clean, cleared from the head. So still 1 Taren point. Ray Pearse on the forehand. He's wheeling that one in. Gets inside the white bowl. It's spot on. And I think it counts. Well bowled. Good thing is that one now probably locked in. If it gets hit, more likely to jag on that white bowl and stay. Craig Donaldson's mint green, lime, jade, whatever you want to call it, is the one out to the right of screen. So Shane Globits can try and turn one of those shot bowls up. Push the edge of the jack, goes across to Craig's bowl. Gets that one in the middle and shoves it through. He could even stay. Just good controlled weight. Don't know it's going to come back quickly enough. You see him indicating this held out a lot more than he thought it would. Ray Pearse got to decide whether he wants to play forehand and try and add to this, or decide to play on the backhand side and cover where he thinks the bowl will end up, or where the jack will end up, if that bowl's pumped onto the jack. Had their discussions, it will head back to the mat. Second last bowl of this end. Shane Globits gets last turn, so I had to consider what Globits is going to play. Razor just wants to get down to the 2 bowls at the front. Wants this to get further. Oh, he's just not quite got there. Well, he might decide to go quick. There are a little danger there, but be unlucky to not improve it with a hit. He's not going massive weight. He's certainly under Ray Pearse's last bowl. He'll be close to the jack. Oh, well, he might have just got enough of a flick. And the white bowl taking out a shot. Paul Jopson, move. Going to measure. Oh, maybe a little bit of luck there for Shane Globits, and we could end up back to all square. He was playing to get that jack, got a little flick, so well played. A little bit of luck in where it's ended up. Luck starts when you're up, though. Jack's on the tee. Just check to see if that was 1 or 2. Two it was, all square. Kyle Hansen, backhand draw. Paul Jopson started with a particularly good line, but just nearly a metre through. Kyle's going to just beat that, only just. Joppo wants the same line, metre less. Well, it's now 2 to Tuncurry after Joppo just gets a contact on Kyle's bowl, turns it past. Kyle in the same boat, just needs to drop a metre or so of weight to draw a shot. Razor, he's willing that to stay wide. Ken Price. Oh, close to shot. Line, immaculate. Weight, not quite so. Shane White. Again, the line is pretty good. Just hasn't got the speed. Well, can super correct. Certainly got a bit more pace on this one, but well, with that yard, can I buy real estate off him? That's a backyard, not a yard on. Well, Shane White is urging that one on. That would indicate it's not going to get there, and well and truly he's short again. So 15 all after 16 of our 21 ends have been played. 5 to go. Who can grab the ascendancy? Confirmation. They will be playing Roman Terrace Jets in the final. That game already decided. In the women's game, Gunnedah leading 19-13 after 17 ends in one semi-final, and St John's Park up by 15 with 4 ends to go. In the seniors, it's the Hills leading Temora, and Sawtell with a 4-shot lead over South Tamworth with 6 to go. Pixie short. In the senior women's, South Tamworth leading North Haven, and the entrance now well up over Merimbula. In the reserves, Cronulla, very big lead over Yamba after 16, and it's 18-12. Cabra Bowls leading Gilgandra with 6 ends to go. So Cabra well in front there. Gilgandra's fought back, and Cabra's just edged ahead again. So Dave Axon drawing on the forehand. Just needs to get past that white bowl on the centre line to count. He's past the white bowl on the centre line, but that's not too far off counting. Craig Donaldson on the backhand. There is a nice draw here. Great bowl from Craig. Drawn knee shot. Well, Axe can turn that one in. That's possibly shot now. The maroon and white bowl is, well, it's supposed to be red and white for Kyle Hansen's favourite footy team, the Dragons. That's why we nickname his bowls the Manly Dragons. Apparently his teammates reckon he's colourblind and can't order the right colour. Shane Globits, probably one down. Shane Globits just left that one a little short. Ray Pearse needs to confirm that he's got shot. Globits needs a yard, a bit more on his previous. Looks to be a good line. Has he got the pace? Very close to it. That one, he's drawn shot, I think. So does Dave Axon. Just needs to arrive to their second wood, flops it over for shot. 15 all. Really want to get this right. Set themselves up to be in front. Razor just a little bit under. I think that's one shot to Tuncurry. Yep, that's what's signalled. Oh, actually, I stand corrected. It's 15-17 on the board, so it was a second shot added then. B score 17. Paul Jopson. Not too bad a start, just a little on the short side. Oh, Kyle Hansen's dropped that one short. Kyle, couple down, going to play the forehand side. Long with that one, but be happy enough with that. Well, probably counts. Very important for Taren Point to get one in there. Nothing really close so far. And he wants Shane White to draw this shot. Just crashes on the outside one. Craig Donaldson. Backhand draw, just can get past his own bowls. A little bit tight, you can set him up. Axe just needs to get past that one. He's crunched on it short. Pearse has won the fours previously. Won the state fours with Ash Mitchell. Sorry, won the state triples with Ash Mitchell and Mitch Waterhouse. Hasn't won the fours. Won the pairs with Dave Axon. Won the singles 4 times. Won the pairs with Bernie Melville. Or was in the team with Bernie Melville. Whether he won or not is a good question. So D is the winners. So runner-up with Dean Smith in the pairs. Won the pairs with Axon. And won the singles 4 times. Carl Healy has 4 championship wins. Sheriff has also had 7 championship victories. Won the singles 3 times. Sheriff with 7 leads. Pearse with 6. Carl Healy, of course, won the triples and fours 2 years in a row. A bit of room on this head. Carl Healy, 6 wins. Good conversion from Taren point to hold shot. Oh, actually, it might be Globits. Let me just zoom in. The blue and red bowl is Shane Globits. Ray Pearse. Could be a few down here. Pivotal end. Really wants to make contact with his own bowls on that path up. Turn one of them up for second shot. Be happy to get second here. Well, I don't think it's quite made it through. Looks like a 2. So it'll be a handy lead for Tuncurry Beach. Going into our last 3 ends, they now lead 19 shots to 15. Those stats with the do not include champ champs. It's just straight out state championships. Four shots the difference. 3 ends to play. In this sort of elite company, you would expect that Tuncurry Beach would nearly sew this up with a win on this end. Not declaring any winners yet. It's just that this sort of company, you wouldn't expect big counts to be easily gained. It's a very important bowl from Kyle Hansen, just in front of the jack. Oh, Kent Price. Decent weight, just a slightly under the line. Game's now getting towards complete. We've got 2 games in the main arena already completed. Two shots at Taren point as this stands. Canada are up by 5. 2 ends to go. St John's Park already winners in the women's. The Hills, 3 ends to go, leading Temora by 4. And South Tamworth, 5 behind Sawtell. A couple of ends to play. In senior women's, it's 4 shots the difference, 2 to play. And the entrance in front. Cronulla in control against the Amber in the reserve. And Cabra only 2 shots in front of Gilgandra with a few ends to go. Good home from Shane White, back with the white bowls. Would have probably preferred just to split them up a little more. 2 shots to Taren point as this head stands. Craig Donaldson. A little bit of pace on this. Just going to miss the target. Well, still 2, probably, to Taren point. Craig Donaldson playing up on the backhand. A couple of bowls to run into. He's left it well short, though. Just needs to miss that front mint bowl. Got the edge of it. A little bit of pace on it, though. That's ended up in a reasonable home. A bit quick for what they wanted. They'd love to pick up a multiple here. Shane Globits. He's just a little through 2, so chance for Ray Pearse to add another counter. He can add 2 to this. He'll tie the game up again. In fact, he close to 3. I think the white bowl to the right just beats the other one, David Axon's. But should Pearse draw onto his own bowl and just roll it onto the jack, he could very well make 5 shots. Pearse, backhand draw into the pack. Just wants it to get under that white bowl. Flop off it. I don't know. Close to it. Shane Globits. He'll probably try to play the same shot. Big moment in this game. Taren point holding 2. Shane Globits can convert this. He'd almost be giving his team a leg up into the final. But missed everything with that. So here's the chance for Ray Pearse to get his team, well, within 1 or even, but not got the right grass line. 2. We'll check that on Bowls Link just to make sure I've got the right number. I went very close to maximum distance here. Well, 18 shown, so it was actually 3. One shot the difference. 2 ends to go. Well, ladies and gents, we asked for a close game. We've got it. Exciting finish coming up. 1 shot the difference. The Gunnedah picking up more shots in the women's semi-final. It's out there. They've just picked up the mat. Kyle Hansen draws one just in behind the jack. Joppo not happy with that one. He's not quite got the right combination, so Shane White looking to add to this. Oh, he's wide, quick. Kent Price, can he be the superhero this end? Wants that right in the middle. Well, it's turned. I'm not sure. I think that might have just fallen back in Kyle Hansen's bowl to still be the shot. I think we'll see a few bowls inside that before the completion of this end, though. Shane White confirms that theory. Great bowl, Shane White. Kent Price. Slightly tighter line on this. Wants this to hurry through to the jack. It's just going to go underneath. Not quite got the speed. Dave Axon make his way to the mat. Third's allowed to stand at the head with the skippers till it's their turn to play. Thirds and skippers can follow their bowls to the head. Dave Axon, he'll play the forehand. Looking to add to this count. They're holding one. Just wants to get around the white bowl, down to the shot bowl. They're urging it on. Makes me think it's just a bit short. Axe just drops the arms down. Perfect line. Sadly for Taren Point, the Scorchers need another good metre, maybe a bit more on that. Taren Point need 6 in the women's semi-final. They're 6 behind playing the last end. St John's Park waiting in the women's final already. The Raymond Terrace Jets have qualified for the men's final already. Just a little bit shy again from Dave Axon. Does just drop on that path in on that forehand side, so a little bit harder for Tuncurry Beach. Opt now to go backhand and try and draw. Probably takes away the forehand sit shot. Craig's going to crash on the short bowl. Still just the one to Taren point as this head stands. Shane Globits looking to change that up. Backhand just needs to sneak around those bowls. I think he's on a tight line. Yeah, crunches into the centre line bowls short. Ray Pearse. Well, he's got a couple of options here, Razor. Can just play that backhand draw again, but doesn't want to leave anything jack high. Can also play down on this hand. Both of these bowls are Taren points. Either one needs one roll to be in contention for a shot. Wants it just to dip a little quicker. Hurries on. Doesn't quite get the right side. So one bowl to play. We could be all square playing the final end of this semi-final of the men's fours in the 2025-26 TAB State Championships. We're coming to you live from the wonderful Club Dubbo, home of the West Dubbo Roos. And a big shout out of thanks to our host venues, Club Dubbo, North Dubbo RSL Sporties and Macquarie. Fantastic effort. It is 1 to Taren point. So we go into the final end. We've played 20, 21 to be played, and it's all square. Winner take all on one end. We'll check the Bowls Link score, and that is correct on Bowls Link as well. 19 shots apiece, 20 ends played. And a little team meeting for the point. They're trying to decide what's the best length to play. Well, they've made a decision. And they've brought the mat up. Well, Peter Taylor did this in the singles. He brought the mat up and sunk the jack. I don't think we'll see that tactic here. 8 bowls, you could be just inviting your opponent to gain the advantage. Matt, up towards the end of the marked line, Jack at the tee. 16 bowls remaining if we don't have a dead end to find who will play the Raymond Terrace Jets in our men's fours final. And they are trying to sink the Jack. Kyle Hansen, has he got it? Well, he's killed it. All right, let's roll it back, try again. Got the drive. Looking to do the Peter Taylor and sink the Jack. He's hit it, but he's hit it on the side, put it out of bounds. And then he's rolled the Jack into the pit, so we won't have that tactic now. And Tuncurry Beach, they'll take that mat back towards the tee, not quite all the way. I'll roll a Jack to, well, it's not going to be quite as long as they hoped. A couple of metres short of where Shane Globits stood to say bring it here. Don't think we'll see an attempt to put the Jack in the pit this time. Well, it's not too bad a start from Kyle Hansen. Probably would have preferred it to be a little bit further up, the front toucher. Certainly plenty of room to get Paul Jopson inside that one. Last end. All square. Could we see a tight end to force an extra end? Rare, but do happen. Who will hold their nerve and take the bickies? The women's semi just completing. Kyle Hansen, well, that's good improvement on line. Still that little bit short, but that'll look closer from the mat as it would cover up the Jack. Paul Jopson. He's got a tighter line this time. Very important that if he misses long. And, well, he's just going to drop short. Go have a little shrug at that, as if to say, no, not what he wanted. So, forehand draw for Shane White. Looking to turn the outside of Kyle Hansen's bowls towards the Jack. They'd be quite happy to leave the one sitting on the centre line at the moment. So we'd love this just to get a little piece of the side bowl. Going to be happy with where that one's finished. Provides a little bit of protection. Kent Price. Well, can he be his team superhero? Doesn't look like it's got the right combination. Looks a bit short. I could be wrong. Looks like, no, it is going to be just that bit short. So, Shane White, his first bowl just a fraction long. Correct idea, though. Wants this just to get a little touch of the Kyle Hansen bowl to the left of the centre line. Don't think he's going to do that with this one. But it's another counter for Taren Point. Loading up the front of that head, I think it's almost inviting more of an attacking option for Tuncurry Beach. It's getting a little cluttered. They might try and play sit and stay. Super's just standing back a little from the mat, considering, listening. So he's going to switch to the forehand side. A little bit of traffic on that backhand. Going to play through those bowls. Wants to use them as breaks. Little stop, stay. Looks like he's going to get the outside one. And, well, that's almost what Taren Point were trying to play. They won't be too upset about that. They'll like where that's finished up against the white bowl there at the back. I think it's still 3 Taren Point. Half the bowls played, so our thirds making their way down. We'll have a confirmation of the women's final now. Confirmation, 21-17. Gunnedah defeated Taren Point in the women's semi-final. So Gunnedah and St John's Park playing. Might need to get security out to Joppo. Someone give him a little hook off the centre line. Maybe he's just realised. 3 to Taren Point, possibly 4 actually. I think it is 4. Craig Donaldson, he'll be getting those Jade missiles ready. Craig's he's won a few state championships before, so he'd be one who could handle the pressure. Won the triples with Jake and Murray Chapman as a member of Taren Point some years ago, so going to line up on the forehand. It can draw this. Oh, Shane Globits, he's riding this bowl. Craig doesn't look that excited, and that's because despite the weight being really good, he's just pulled that across the line. Well, Taren Point, what do? Do you try and nail it? Try and get the absolute shot? Do you protect? They've got best back. I think Dave Axon just not try and draw a front toucher. Don't want to fatten the target at all. So where do you go? You draw this hand and drop it there. You invite the shot. So tough choice. Don't want to make it easier on opponents, but still feel that they haven't quite got the winner in there at the moment. They've got it surrounded, but not nailed. Axe, though, he's liking this. Little toucher would be pretty good. Sails through. Might be good that he didn't get a chip on that. Nice protection at the back, so Craig Donaldson, he's allowed to follow his first, so he did. At this stage of the game, you need to take every opportunity you can to give yourself the best chance. Craig's possibly the last bowl for him in the 25-26 TAB State Championships. Certainly in the semi-final, possibly his last bowl. We may have a dead end yet. We may have a tight end yet. Got a better line on this. You saw the little kick. He realises he's just given that a little of adrenaline squirt, pushed it through. 4 bowls to come. A little bit of sportsmanship there, conversation there. They all get along well, these players. There's fierce rivalry, but friendly. Great to see. Louise Cronin just picks up the bowl and hands it to Ray. She'll be a little disappointed. She's missed out on a final, but got to the semi. That's a great achievement. Ray Pearse holding, well, I think it's 4. I don't know that they've got the shot to win it as yet. Oh, they'll be happy with that. Ray's just made that bowl a bit closer. Hasn't made a bigger target. So Shane Globits, I think he's got to draw forehand. I don't think he's got a lot of option here. Can't get rid of them all, surely. He's probably 5 down. All square on the main board. There's the draw shot. The other thing he could do is back himself to go hard and try and clear these out. Gets that one, it'll probably punch there and put that jack out of bounds. But it's the right choice if you hit. Well, I think it is. It's a draw shot. You can play it with a little bit of confidence on that forehand side. If you're a bit tight and you do hit Kyle Hansen's bowl, you can stay. It looks like they're considering using a bit of aggression on the backhand, just trying to open this up or clear everything out. 3 bowls left to play this end. Should be live for you in the final this afternoon. Pretty close to 1 o'clock, 12:21 local time now. Players get a half an hour break for lunch. 2 trial ends. Still a little unsure. The important thing for Shane Globits now is really commit to the shot he's going to play. If you don't, you won't play it. He's going backhand and big. Depends on how he hits it. Very close. Got the jack. Well, I think that might have just gone out of bounds. So do the players, so we'll start again. Could take us a while to play this end. Going to carry him back up the other end, even though there's a couple there. So obviously one of the teams think that this direction is an advantage for them. Interesting. Taren Point get to choose the length. They won the previous end. Will they try it again? Will the mat go up to the end of the line? Will Kyle try and sink this jack? Well, mat's up. So maybe we will see the attempt to have the running shot square onto the jack, put it in the ditch to just bury it, nail the shot with the first bowl. Kyle Hansen, I reckon he's going to have another pot. Attempt. Goes quick. Ray likes it. He's got the jack. Well, it's in the ditch, but he hasn't sat right on it, so still a chance. I'll try and get our side camera across to show you where everything is. He's not too far away from it, but there is probably a best part of a metre. And let's we'll get the picture-in-picture happening. So you can just see on that picture there's the bowl in the ditch. There's the jack. So the bowl's on the rink number. Jack's at the marker. Kyle. That could, just fell in. Great effort. Well, Shane White, he's got second with that. So this is definitely the last end, unless we get a tight end, which is still possible. Super, can he draw it in? That one, or that's going to be close to shot. Shane White, can he get past it? I don't think he's got the speed. Well, Super, his last bowl, don't think it is shot. I think it is the bowl in the ditch. Jack Marker just in the shadow. That's close. Jack Marker is just there. Bowl is here on the mark. So I do think the toucher in the ditch is still shot. So Dave Axon, he's trying to draw it. We need to get security out for Joppo, and he's just realised. He realised I'd call him some names. So Dave Axon needs to miss that bowl. Oh, he's got the feather and dropped in. So do think it is the toucher in the ditch still holding. Tense finish here, all square. Craig Donaldson, can he be the one to break this open for Tuncurry Beach? Backhand draw. Well, he gets past those, he's good. And that's the shot. Craig Donaldson, he's wrested the advantage through for Tuncurry Beach. Wonder what we'll see here, though. Will we see Dave Axon try and punch that one into the ditch? Definitely will. If he can, with that weight, he almost stop as well. Wants to miss the white one. He wants the green. And, well, he's hit it. Made it a little closer. Great effort from Dave Axon. So Tuncurry Beach currently holding shot. 5 bowls left to play. Well, the advantage here for Tuncurry is it's their own 2 bowls on the way up. Craig try and draw a second one. Doesn't want to sit it next to his current. He can get past those white bowls. Almost lock in a final berth for his team. It's pretty well pointed. Oh, Craig Donaldson, take a bow. Oh, I think there's only one option here for Ray Pearse. He'll go big. Wait down here. Try and get the inside of that bowl off to get the second one. Got to try and get rid of him. Only other option is to play a perfect draw shot. Well, it's the weighted shot. Well, he's got rid of one. At the moment, you'd have to say Tuncurry Beach, they're sitting in an almost ideal position. That shot bowl hidden away. Shane Globits He'd want to get third shot without getting in there. We need security out there again for Axe. But they're discussing their options. They do realise they move aside. How good of a finish, ladies and gents, wherever you're watching around the world. We do hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, follow and subscribe the Bowls New South Wales YouTube channel. Don't forget also, we'll be live again in half an hour or so, maybe just a tad more now, with the final, the women's final already locked in. It'll be Gunnedah versus St John's Park. Men's final, Raymond Terrace will take on, well, it's looking like Tuncurry Beach, but don't write off the Scorchers as yet. A big finish here. Men's senior, the Hills through. And they're going to take on possibly Sawtell. That one not completed yet either. South Tamworth a few ahead in the senior women's. Denise Ellison, the entrance team there through to the final. The Cronulla versus Cabra in the reserve fours this afternoon. So there is still a couple of games on the other green in progress. Shout out to those watching on in London at 3:30 in the morning. You've been treated to an absolute cracker of a game. Ray Pearse has to try and get some contact on that green bowl. Can he do it? He's got it! Wow! Ray Pearse, his team congratulate him. So we got one to go, Shane Globits. Well, he had 1 foot in the final and now he's got a draw shot. What a bowl. Watch this in action. Gets the shot bowl through. What a bowl. Well, might have just heard the sigh from the crowd in the background. The big screen's got the vision on. They're getting it about 10 seconds behind the action. Ray Pearse, has he just booked a place in yet another state final? Shane Globits, he gets last say. Has to draw one to the ditch. Well, he's tossing the rag. Is he confident? Is it going to stop in time? No, it's going to stop in the sand. So Ray Pearse's bowl gets him through. And here it is. That's the moment. Ray Pearse lets it go. He's got to punch one onto the other. Gets it absolutely spot on. Gets the glance. And the bowl goes Taren point through to our men's final. Well, what a great game. Don't forget, we're going to be back here in just about half an hour's time. We look forward to your company then. It's been a pleasure having you. But until we're live again this afternoon, it's goodbye for now.